wants to make easy fight, and I'm so tired from that, and I hope UFC gonna tell him, hey, you're not fighting with a Paddy Pimblett, you're fighting with Arman Tsarukyan. Don't call his name anymore.
Arman Tsarukyan called Ilia Topuria pathetic and a coward, claiming that he's trying hard to avoid fighting. Arman, in his recent conversation with Ariel Helwani, revealed how fake Ilia is. He said that Ilia is someone who first chases you out of nowhere, but when you respond to him, he would not even want to face you. This is not just a case with Arman himself. He claimed that Ilia has been doing so with every other fighter.
Right now, beating Ilia.
Even though the history is with Islam? You have more of a history with Islam, right?
Yes, I do have, but he moved to 170 and he's not going to come down anymore.
Okay. Who would mean more in terms of beating? Like, who don't you like more?
Ilia Topuria.
Why?
Because he's a fake.
Wow. Why do you say that?
I mean, on the real life, he behaving different. On the camera, he's talking shit and like completely different guy.
Okay.
While everyone is eager to watch Arman versus Ilia, Sean Daniel O'Malley revealed that because of some internal conflicts, the fight has been delayed. He analyzed the whole situation going on in the UFC and suggested that maybe Arman can steal Ilia's legacy, especially after winning a title shot. So they should wait a bit to get an appropriate timeline for this matchup to be held.
Arman versus Ilia is probably not going to be next. Sounds like they're... I was surprised they didn't make Ilia versus Paddy because they're both out there. I thought like they were going to do that, but I guess Ilia's brother fought, and then I guess Paddy was cornering somebody, so that makes sense. But
it sucks for the UFC because, like, I mean, how many followers? Arman Tsarukyan's got to have. Does he have 2 million followers? I wonder.
I'm not sure.
I wonder how big of a pop, because the UFC probably sees Arman as such a danger to take out these superstars.
Yeah. Well, dude, I was saying how fucking 2.7. How stupid he is for headbutting Dan Hooker. Day of the fight, pulls out of his back. The day before the fight, that fight could have got canceled.
Shugashan thinks that Arman is a risk for UFC. He discussed that Arman is considered as a known star among fans, which is why when he would fight Ilia in future and get another title show, he would steal Ilia's legacy. In short, Arman is more popular than Ilia and Paddy Pimblett, getting continuous victories one after one.
But he is an absolute danger to Ilia. A massive danger to Ilia.
He's got a 12-pack. You see his abs?
Shredded.
I know. I told Steph, dude,
how I look.
Like, man, look at this motherfucker, dude.
That's how you
yoked.
look?
Well, I mean, when I sit for like an hour and then put on the red light.
You're that cut?
Yeah.
Arman could be a star. There's something there.
Yeah.
Like his skill set's an MMA 10 out of 10. He's really, really good. And there's something there. There's something there. He could be a star.
It's just so crazy how you think when there's a group of champions, you think it's going to be like that for so long, but then just everything changes.
Sugar tried to make a matchup of Arman with Max Holloway. For him, it is far better to fight with Max rather than fight Ilia. Sean added that the majority of fans and analysts were actually waiting for Arman to win from Dan and then challenge Ilia, but things are not going this way anymore.
Arman Tsarukyan, number 1. We got Charles, number 2. We got Max Holloway, number 3.
Dude, I forget about Max.
Yep.
Arman versus Max, interesting.
It is.
Damn,
it is fucking interesting.
That's dude, Max versus Arman, that's actually such a sick fight.
Yes.
At 157, too.
It really is. So, I mean,
I forgot Max at 155, just up there. It's so crazy with fighting. You just forget like how like sick of a fight Max versus anybody is.
And the fact that Max has never been really held down and mauled. Ever.
While selecting the best contender to get the next title shot, Renato Moicano exposed that Arman is the only one to deserve this next fight. He tried hard to figure this out and put many other great fighters in the list, but eventually he chose Arman. For him, only Arman has the courage to beat the next opponent.
If you're trying to see who is the best contender, I think right now, with no doubt, is Arman. You know, I think UFC is not gonna have any option to put Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is number 5 right now, but let's be honest, he just beat Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, and I don't even remember who, you know, somebody like Bobby Green, and he's number 5. Doesn't make any sense to put Paddy Pimblett to fight for the belt right now. And even Justin Gaethje, you know, he won his last fight, but he lost to Max Holloway before. I think no doubt Arman should be fight for the title next.
Though Ilia is being called a dog these days for avoiding Arman, Renato still speaks in his favor, claiming that Ilia is the best fighter. He gave his predictions regarding that bout of Ilia versus Arman, revealing that Ilia would beat Arman because of his grappling and wrestling skills. Favoring Ilia, he gave his final sayings toward this clash.
I think Ilia Topuria is the best fighter right now on the lightweight division, and it's going to be tough, to beat Makhachev, because Makhachev has a game like that is very boring, but it is what it is right now. Like, it's very hard to beat Makhachev, and I think even on the pound for pound rankings, because the like 2 belts and all that stuff. But to me, Ilia Topuria is the best fighter in the UFC right now. Like,
adding to his comments about Ilia, he said that though Ilia is quite great, but if he wants to fight Islam Makhachev, he must have to gain more weight. He is not underestimating Ilia's skills, but just trying to be a bit realistic, as Islam has gained the weight. Without being as big as Islam, Ilia can never win from Islam.
I don't know if he can beat Islam. I think that would be very hard, especially him being that small. He's not big even for a lightweight, But I don't doubt him. A guy that knocked Volkanovski out, knocked Max Holloway out, knocks Charles Oliveira out. I think he could possibly go to 170 and beat Topuria. He will not be the favorite for sure. He will be the underdog. But if he does that, he's the greatest of all time, no doubt.
In a recent conversation between Angelo Trevino and Andrew Martin Dober, they discussed that before the UFC Qatar fight. It was said that right after Arman wins a title shot, he would have to fight Ilia. But as of now, Ilia is ducking Arman and trying to have a clash with Paddy Pimblett. Basically, it should be a fight between Arman versus Ilia, but instead, Paddy is getting a chance.
I don't hate I think everybody agrees Arman's the next person in line. He's earned that title shot. He had it once already. He blew it, but he had it once already. I don't hate the Paddy Pimblett matchup because he's at least undefeated in the UFC. You can debate the quality of opponent, but who cares, right? He's won all those fights. He has a huge fan base. He's finishing people. He's exciting. He's fun. It's not a ridiculous matchup to make. Like, this isn't just he leapfrogged because he has a bigger social media following. It's not an insane matchup as long as it's like now, right? If they wait till spring.
For them, the fight between Ilia and Paddy would get more hype than Arman versus Ilia. As the media and fans are aware of Ilia's turmoil with Paddy, they should show their anger in the ring. Despite knowing how successfully Arman won the title, they're still defending a seat for Paddy. They added that things would become clearer once Ilia fights with Paddy, because in their opinion, Ilia's position would be clear only if he wins.
But if they wait till spring and then Arman doesn't get a crack till next fall, like, that's kind of a ridiculous time to wait. But if they just do it now and they're kind of on the same timeline, that's not that crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. Like, if they do it like in the January where they open it up, Arman's just coming off this win, let him step for a little bit, let him, get ready for his title shot. Ilia comes in, and I think you have Ilia and Arman after that. If he does get past Paddy, what happens if Paddy beats him? It's not that ridiculous to say. It really isn't. If you take a look at Paddy, and just hear me out, guys. I know you guys, I saw Drew kind of roll his eyes like.
Moreover, they believe that on one side there should be a fight between Ilia and Paddy, while on the other hand, Arman should fight Alexander Volkov, as Volkov has been waiting to get an opponent for a long time. However, the whole puzzle is still unsolved, and it is not officially announced who Ilia and Arman would fight.
Arman, I think personally, needs to just wait to see whoever Topuria gets next, which we're assuming safely that it could be Paddy. So like with those guys in mind, like that top 5 is just sealed out. And plus you got to get through Gamrot, the gatekeeper of the top 5, So anyone below that, I mean, I don't see anyone breaking the top 5 anytime soon. So these lightweights, get comfortable and let's cause some ruckus.
Yeah. Look, I think with the Waldo, is it Cortez Acosta? Like, with him, he needs the Volkov fight. He needs a fight up there in that number 2, number 3.
Going forward, Brett Okamoto discussed that Arman is the best fighter at the moment. He thinks that he just needs a bit more training to fight Islam. For him, Ilia is not enough for Arman. He claimed that Arman should fight with Islam, as both fighters recently defeated their opponents greatly.
Arman he's a world-class fighter, man. I mean, I think you can make an argument for. I always submit these pound for pound rankings after all the pay-per-views, and you know, you go through the champions and you're coming down to the end of the list and you're like, who's going to round out that top 10? Arman Tsarukyan could be in the top 10 pound for pound, man. He is very, 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 very good. And we saw that.
Yeah, he's young. He's dangerous. He's game. He just really showed it. I think the question for everyone was, okay, how does he look like at the top level, you know, headlining this card, coming back from everything?
Along with Brett, there is Dinesh Karatov, who added that Arman should fight Ilia next. He thinks that beyond this reality that Ilia has many great opponents, but the only match of his with Arman would get attention eventually. As the eyes are on Arman now after his winning shot, everybody is waiting for him to take a tough challenge.
Hey, by the way, so Arman Tsarukyan for me, man, I would love to see him fight Ilia Topuria next. For me, that's the fight to make. And I was sort of did a quick reaction video after the fight's finished where I was like, it's going to take me some time to break that fight down, because obviously we'd say, you know, Ilia's better striker and Arman's better grappler, but there's so many little bits and pieces to breaking that fight down. I would really give Arman a great shot at beating Ilia Topuria here, but UFC moved Paddy Pimblett up to number 5. We know that there's money to be made in this Islam.
Talking about Ilia's seriousness towards his fights, Brett revealed that Ilia never seems serious about taking challenge. He just talks high but never makes it true. He is having the same attitude as Arman, who claimed that the purpose of defeating Dan was to get a chance to make Ilia beat, but now Ilia is running off from him.
But Ilia is kind of funny in that, like, he's always seems disinterested in every fight you ever bring to him. Like, remember when he first won the title and he's like, no, I'm not interested in Max Holloway? Like, what? You know, like, who are you interested in if you're not interested in Max Holloway, you know? And so he always kind of has this thing where he sort of poo-poos all these other fights, but I would love to know what the conversations are like between him and Hunter Campbell over there in Qatar right now. Just like, what does he want? What is he willing to do? But my guess, as sitting here as of right now, is that they will do the Paddy fight. And it would not shock me, since Arman even threw it out there, that he's like, hey, throw me on January.
Apart from all the predictions and discussion going on at the moment, Ilia claimed that he wants to fight Paddy. The whole chaos is getting more interesting, as on one side, Arman is pushing him hard to face off, while on the other hand, Ilia is continuously ignoring him to fight. However, he also made it clear that nothing is confirmed yet, as things can change anytime.
Bueno, de momento la verdad que no he tenido ningún tipo de acercamiento de parte de la UFC. No me han dicho nada sobre ningún combate, así que no tengo nada en el horizonte. Me puedo intuir cosas, como siempre. Y también depende de mí, ¿no? Con quién quiera combatir, y al final se ponen los intereses de las dos partes y a ver lo que se cuece.
¿Y con quién quiere combatir Ilia Topuria?
Yo, mira, pues tengo a Paddy en la mente. Me gustaría pelear con Paddy si es que no me dejan subir en peso welter para pelear con Islam.
Furthermore, he also put Islam in the list to fight. Ilia is giving a chance to everyone, but he's not coming towards Arman, which makes it clear that Arman is right by calling him a duck. He also discussed the timeline sharing, that which time would be more suitable to have a bout. Regarding a silent war with Arman on tweets or calling each other pathetic, he said nothing, making it really hard to believe for everyone that Arman is absolutely right to call him a coward.
Islam, porque el combate que realmente me gustaría tener es en contra de Islam en la tercera categoría. Pero bueno, vamos a ver, a lo mejor hago un combate y después en verano hay alguna fecha en la que sí que me dejen subir de categoría y pueda pelear por el tercer cinturón, o se cree un nuevo cinturón llamado el Pound for Pound en un peso pactado en donde nos encontramos los dos y peleamos por ese cinturón de libra por libra. Así que vamos a ver, hay muchísimas opciones, como siempre.
Finally, he talked about his skills, claiming that it does not matter who the opponent is. As for him, he stays focused regardless of all the brutal comments he gets from other fighters and analysts. He believed in himself and ready to fight with whoever UFC asks him to. The whole conversation is void of any discussion about Arman, which makes it clear that Ilia is avoiding Arman intentionally.
Me siento muy superior que él en todos los aspectos, tanto de pie como en el suelo. Mentalmente creo que estoy en otro momento, en otro estado. Yo creo que él nunca ha tenido un nivel de competición tan alto que a la que se va a enfrentar si es que esta pelea finalmente sucede. Y no sé, pues sería un combate al mismo tiempo interesante, porque Paddy muchos dicen que es un mal luchador.
In the end, despite all this chaos, the UFC has not officially announced any fight. Every claim of fighters would be true only if they prove it in the bouts. Before fighting, everyone considers themselves a great fighter until they face the opponent. The puzzle of who will fight whom will be solved as soon as the UFC confirms the next bout. Until then, fighters will go on saying bad things about each other. The same is the case with Arman and Ilia. We're just trying to seduce each other, but in the end, they get nothing. Ilia, who was challenging Arman first, now hiding from him, while Arman, who was waiting to get the title shot as the best contender, is now trying to provoke Ilia so they can make his position more strong. To make it concise, things will be ambiguous until the fighters face each other in the ring.